Hi, who said what? Can you hear me, honey? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can. All right. Hi, darling. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for coming over. I'll be Frank. Frank, I thought I modded you over here. Yes, I will turn my kitty cats against you. I didn't have to turn them against you. They started out that way. Please. Tortitude. There's Teresa 11. Tortitude. From the land of my ancestors. Village de Cunningham. Hi, Kim. Hi, Walk the Line. Hi, Aurora. Hi to Kim. Hello, I'll be Frank. And who said what? Lily Rochelle. Yes, Frank. I'm extremely evil. The ninja kittens have been trained to attack you. The mere mention of your name makes their hackles stand. Quit. Kim, I told Bob. I'm going live on Lip Lock No More because I want to talk about Candus Bly-Wells. I told you guys the other day. Hi, Prissiness. Hello, Cotton Candy 65 and Peaches. Jojo Husky. Hi, Trev Time. Welcome, my friend. Hi, Holly. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. I'm out of practice. Told you guys the other day. I think it was on the pre-recorded yard stroll, maybe day before yesterday. I want to vent. And I can't think of any better vent elator right now than Candus Bly-Wells. I don't know why. Just can't get the woman out of my head. And hi, XOXO. Hi, Aurora. Thank you for coming. In the pre-recorded upload, I made the remark and then I amended it. I wanted to do a live chatting about Candus Bly with no preconceived notions. And then I said, okay, yes, I'm sorry. I do have preconceived notions about Candus Bly. What I meant was, hi, Joanne. Hi, lost little ones. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Joanne. I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. I've never done a live stream on Candus Bly. Hi, Sapphire Sky. I mean, she's been talked about naturally on this channel, since mostly what we talk about on this channel is Summer Wells, her disappearance, what it looks like her life may have been like leading up to June the 15th of 2021, and the extreme lack of activity from a mother of a missing child. And I've been wanting to talk about this woman for a long time, just her. So that's what we're doing. And what I said, now I remember when I lost my train of thought. I amended saying no preconceived notion to what I meant was my plan would be to just go live with no plan other than to interact with the chat about Candus Bly-Wells. Now, let me take a moment and say hi. My name is Susan, and I'd like to welcome you to Lip Locked No More. I am Lip Locked No More. I am a survivor of child sexual abuse. I am a survivor of rape. I am a survivor of domestic violence. I'm a survivor of an armed robbery. Most of you are survivors as well. High flies, high crimes. If you aren't a survivor, you come to this channel and others of its ilk because you know someone who is, or because you have empathy and compassion for those of us who are. So I want to welcome you here. This is a safe chat room with open discussion where you are allowed to say, within YouTube's terms of service, whatever you want. You're not expected to agree with me. And just because you disagree with me doesn't mean we don't want you here or that we don't like you. As a matter of fact, we like to kind of approach things like a little think tank over here. And think tanks do not function well when those within it have closed minds. Now, that being said, and babies, I'm not looking at chat. You know how I am. So let me just, for a little bit, and then I'm going to look at you. I want to make it clear up front. There's going to be some cussing in this one because I'm venting. We are coming up on a 2-year mark. Now I'm going to have to take a head off my little pen here. It's legal. I was doing a live earlier on furry felines, and pretty severe weather came, and so we had a lot of maneuvering to do with little old man, our sick cat, our sick rescue. Sorry. Hi, Kimberly. So this is going to be rambling, open. Bob has therapy at 3 o'clock Central Time. It is now 12:43 here. So hi, Sonia. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for coming, baby. So I'd like to hang out for a little while and chat. I'll probably take a cigarette break during it and leave you guys in here with some music or something. Better not put it over there. The kitties will get it. I don't like Candus Bly. I don't know Candus Bly. I don't have to know her to not like her. If there were a contest being run for the universe's worst mother of a disappeared, just got gone, vanished into thin air child, if there were awards for those who have utterly failed in their duties as a mother during the 5 years of Summer's life that we know a little bit about. At the time of her disappearance as well, the immediate ensuing days, let's not forget, it took Candus Bly 13 fucking days to get her ass up on WJHL and talk about Summer Wells. Her baby, her missing 5-year-old defenseless child out there in the world, somewhere unknown. And it took her 13 fucking days to get on TV. That's one strike on my list. The big strike on my list is the utter obvious neglect and irresponsibility as a parent, because she obviously didn't have eyes on Summer. I hope you see this, Candus Bly. I don't hate you. I despise you. I love you as a human being because I am a Christian woman. But as a mother, you utterly suck the hind end of any insert in the blank. You don't go on mainstream media and talk about Summer. You wrote a note for Ansley Daniel to read to the viewing public. You have a YouTube channel. So does your husband, Donald Wells, the father of missing Summer Wells. I'm subbed up to both of them with the all notifications bell turned on. I've never once gotten a notification from either one of your channels that you're going live to talk about Summer Wells. Missing since June the 15th of 2021 from her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community near Rogersville, Tennessee. Sometime in the early afternoon hours, according to Leslie Earhart, the public information officer for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. In one report, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson of Hawkins County told us that Summer was last seen outside her home by her older brothers. She has 3, and they are in Child Protective Services. Give or take about 3 weeks after their sister disappeared. Their parents made little to no effort whatsoever to maintain contact with those boys, to spend time with those boys, or to fulfill the necessary requirements from the Tennessee Department of Human Services, Child Protective Services, to make the improvements necessary in their home to create a safe environment for their children. So, almost 2 years ago, those 3 boys, and I would prefer their names not be mentioned in the chat, please, according to their daddy, have been living high on the hog. While they're being foster parented by some people that I would like to think are giving them the proper love, care, education, security, nutrition, everything they need to overcome the travesty of their sister not having been found in the mean streets of YouTube. I pray that they are protected from that. Candus Bly-Wells. When I put your name in a Google search bar, this is what I get. Hang on, babies. It's been a while since I've done a screen share. I may have to go back and do it again. Oh, I'm behind on I'm sorry. I was behind on my second screen. I apologize. Candus Bly-Wells. In 0.43 seconds, I get 74,000 True Crime with Don B. ATS News. True Crime with Don B's done a lot with your name in his titles. WJHL, Candus Bly reports Don Wells for assault. January 24th, 2022. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We know this story. We're perusing before I get back to my chat. Officers were called to the residence around 12:30 a.m. January 19th in reference to an open 911 line. On their way to the home, dispatchers told officers that they could hear arguing in the background of the line, then lost contact. When officers arrived, Bly, mother of missing Rogersville 5-year-old Summer Wells, told officers that Don Wells had hit her, grabbed her by the throat, and pushed her against a wall. She said, I can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll through 74,000 items that come up with the name of a mother of a missing 5-year-old child. Do I have to pull up receipts to show you how few of them are her talking about Summer? I don't think I do. Hi, Grammy B. I think you guys, hi, Shorty Small. Hi, Baby Diamond. I think you'll trust me. If you don't, just put it in your Google search bar. Candus Bly. Go. In 0.48 seconds, you will have 74,000 results. I haven't had time to go through all of them. But I do feel extremely confident in my speculation that you could likely count on one hand, with less than your thumb, how many of them are the mother, Candus Bly-Wells, speaking of her daughter. Candus, here's a few things I'd like to know. What was the mood the day you got pregnant with Summer? Were you and Don in love? Was it a romantic encounter? Do you remember it? Can you count back 9 months from February the 4th, 2016? Summer's date of birth? What was your pregnancy like? Did you have morning sickness? Did you crave pickles and ice cream? If you did Don get up in the middle of the night and run down to that convenience store that you left your home and went to on June the 15th of 2021 when you went into the bathroom and back out? Did he run down there and get you some? Did you gain a lot of weight? Did your ankles swell? Did the hormonal imbalance drive you nuts? How far along were you, Candus, the first time you felt Summer kick? Was Don home when it happened, or any of her brothers? Did you call them over, if they were, and say, "Oh, the baby just kicked. Here, put your hand on my belly and feel her"? Do you remember the first time she kicked, Candus? Or were you drunk? You know, Summer was born, the pictures I've seen of her anyway. I'm no doctor. Not even close to being a medical professional in any shape, way, or form. But her baby pictures, like your face, Candus, have very strong signatures of fetal alcohol syndrome. Did you quit drinking while you were pregnant with her? When did you go into labor? Did your water break while you were still home? Who took you to the hospital? Was Don there? How long were you in labor? Or did they have to induce you? Or was she a C-section? She being Summer, your daughter. Not our daughter, Candus. Not mine. Not the people in my chat room. Not the people watching and not chatting. And you folks, you're welcome here. We love you too. We're not her mommy. Don B is not her daddy. AB is not her daddy. Dad Hutton is not her daddy. Dolly is not her daddy. Cam is not her daddy. Your husband, Donald Wells, is. Where did he spend 8 months during the almost 2 years that Summer's been gone? in the Hawkins County Jail, probation violation, DWI, failure to maintain proper control of a vehicle, on a live stream on YouTube with Doug Hutton on Who No Thanks Investigates. We heard him get arrested. Then Candus you had no children and no husband in your home, so you could just go footloose and fancy free with other non-daddies of your baby. Ernie Shell, Benny Keys, Dollar. Oh, I already mentioned him. I didn't see you on your channel talking about, oh, what's her name? Summer Moon Utah Wells, who at the time of her disappearance in the early afternoon hours on June the 15th of 2021 is believed to have been wearing a pink shirt and gray pants and likely barefoot. You know why we say believed? Because the first time the parents, not us, but the first time the parents of Summer Wells, who's still missing, by the way, they said she was 4 years old. She was 5. She was reported in other attire. Candus, what the fuck was she wearing when she went? Or were you so fucked up that you don't remember what she was wearing? How old she was? You fucking bitch! You and your husband, Donald Wells, have from the very beginning done everything you can to convince the viewing public and anybody that will listen that you know for a fucking fact that Summer was abducted by a stranger. Fuck you, motherfuckers. As Living Room Conversations with RJ said on their live stream the other night, and it broke my heart. But it was one of the most beautiful phrases I've ever heard in connection with Summer's disappearance, and I know I won't get it right. But RJ said on the 15th of June of 2021, a clock was started that should never have been started. And as my friend Trev Time said on his live stream the same night, we are not checking off or ticking off boxes on a to-do list. Mission accomplished. Fuck that shit. We're on a mission, and this mission will not end until Summer Moon Utah Wells is either recovered or found alive. And we have justice for her. Fuck Candus Bly and Donald Wells. They can both burn in hell as far as I'm concerned. That's not my judgment to make. That is for the Lord Jesus Christ on the day. I could give a shit less about those two, other than to use her to vent my extreme frustration in the lack of any advancement whatsoever in the search for a missing 5-year-old baby. Forever 5 till found alive. And you people like crazy motherfucking critters down on the farm and the prayer garden of America, and you people that suck on her hind tit. Like my friend Angel talks too fast. This chick ain't going to the Don Wells whatever motherfucking tour. Redemption tour, I believe Angel called it. They're both low-life pieces of shit. They were both low-life pieces of shit before they met. They've been low-life pieces of shit since they met right here in my state, 3.5 fucking hours west. Where Candus Bly reportedly was homeless, 19 years old, and shacked up in a fucking shed in the yard of Donald Wells and Pamela Wells, the ex-wife of Don, who Summer reportedly calls Grandma. Where Don's oldest son in my state of Arkansas is a registered sex offender. Where Candus Bly and Donald Wells were traversing somewhere to see the day her sister Rosemary Bly went missing in Wisconsin. Two years before Summer was born. And they were pieces of shit the day Summer disappeared. And they have continued to be pieces of shit. And short of a miracle of the Lord God himself reaching down and touching the hearts of both of these pieces of shit, there will be no redemption for them. And although they may be redeemed in God's eyes, which I will not question, they will never be redeemed in mine. And when I say never, that's exactly what I fucking mean. Do they care? No. They don't know me. I'm just another YouTuber. It matters to me. My ethics. This channel's ethics. We do not contact nor have any interaction on any level at any time under any circumstances with persons of interest, suspects, potential perpetrators, or the lazy ass neighbors at 125. Not through text, not through phone, not through email, not no motherfucking way how. Because this is an open investigation. And you people on YouTube, bringing these people up on your channels, in my opinion, are interfering with an open and active investigation because you're talking to the two main suspects in her disappearance. And no gag order can be issued to shut them the fuck up other than through CPS with the boys, because where Summer's concerned, because they're not charged with anything. A judge cannot issue a gag order because they're not in the fucking court system. so they can say anything they want on any channel, any platform they want. So why don't they get their asses on their own channels where you guys in this chat room right now know every fucking one of us would be there? Every viewer from every channel that has ever covered Summer Moon Utah Wells would be in a live chat. There would be so many people in that live chat, it would be out of control. Their channels would go through the roof with subs and view hours. They could sit on their channels either separately or together and talk to us about Summer, the day she was born, the day they brought her home. What did she wear home? Was it a special little outfit like the one Mrs. Harrer reportedly bought for her that she was wearing in the Milk Jug video? Special outfit to go back to school? Did she have a special come home outfit? A special receiving blanket to come home on a cold February day? Was it cold on February the 4th? What room did you take her to when you brought her to that stinking, roach-infested, filthy place at 110? Did she have a bassinet? A crib? What was her first word, Candus? What was Summer Wells' first word? How old was she when she spoke it? How old was Summer when she took her first step? Whose arms were reaching out to her when she took it? Or was she holding on to the edge of a table or something? Did she fall down on her little padded booty and get right back up and try again? Did you encourage her to do so? Or did you do like we've seen in the videos at the church, where you're sleeping like a gangsta on the front pew, while Dawn is trying to pay attention to what's being said? And our baby, Summer, was bouncing off the walls like a ball in a pinball machine. No discipline. Looking for love from Miss Robin Lane that she so obviously admired, respected, loved, cherished. And it's obvious to me, at least over the internet, that Miss Robin Lane loved Summer Moon Utah. Robin took Summer in her arms. Other sisters in that congregation held her on their laps. While you slept like a gangsta in a hoodie on the front pew. I despise you, Candus Bly. I despise you. And I have come to the conclusion, speculatively, that as lowlife a POS as your husband is, I don't think he has any idea where his baby is. But I think you do. You may not know where she is, but I think you know where she was. And I don't know what happened to her, but I think you do. And I'll tell you this, Candus Bly, before I go smoke a cigarette. God knows, too. And that is for an eternity. And there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it. Now I'm going to see, babies, I'm going to take my phone, that I'm not going to go through all of the malarkey. Hi, Amy King, Sarah Silva, Grammy H, JoJo from Kokomo. Kiki, I know you think he doesn't. I go, hi, right, Julie, Kiki, you know I go back and forth. I'm trying to hold it together here. Hi, Darlene. Funny face. And it's like I told you guys at the beginning, it's, I respect you for disagreeing. But I don't want to go through all the rigmarole of sending myself an email and then connecting a link so that you can see me on my phone and I can continue talking to you. Hi, Imagine Peace. Hi, Eve. Hi, AC, Cautious Gems. But I'm really, and I want a cigarette. Won't take me but a few minutes. And then I'd like to come back and, let's see, it's 1:17. I'd like to spend, hi, Overlooking Eyes. Hi, Jill, Amy. I'd like to spend a little, Tennessee Blonde, I'd like to spend a little bit of time before I have to close down to take Bob to his appointment. We've got plenty of time. And just, hi, Sassy. Hi, Clementine. And see what you guys are saying. I didn't expect my rant to be that long. I knew I was going to rant, and I knew I was going to take off with one. Coming in. But I really expected to interact with you. More than 43 minutes into the live stream. So, just a little song about it, please. Okay. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, puff, puff until you puff yourself to death. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hate to make him wait. You just got to have another cigarette. I'm going to be back in just a minute. I'm going to carry the phone with me so that I can at least see your chat. I can't, hi, TT. So I will at least, hi, Chucky Convictions. I will at least be able to chat with you, I think. Can I chat with you? It says chat publicly as Look Like No More. Oh. The miracles of the internet. I'll be back in just a minute. Hi, Tammy T. I'll be right back. has calmed down, you guys. The weather has calmed down. It's gray, of course, but hello, Deb. But you guys were watching Utah clean himself while I was on the porch. Let me get my trusty pen out of my pocket. Hi, Jackie 11. Yes, honey, I know. I agree. Hi, Smith. Hang on just a second, babies. Let me see. All right. I got to blow my nose. Hang on a second. I'm going to mute you so you don't hear me being snotty. Okay. It's wait. Kiki, I do too, honey. I wanted. Where'd you go, Kiki? Come back. Baby, I do too. You know, there are so many of us that have. Louisiana Girl 61. I'm not going to put it up. Hi, Nun Beasley. Hi, Dee Dee. Babies, you know my fantasy. I want Summer have to been taken by someone that she knew or someone associated with someone she knows, or handed off to someone who wanted to give her the life that, in my opinion, Summer, any child, all children deserve. We don't ask to be born. And that she's out there. Hi, Tracy. That she's out there somewhere. Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to cry. And we know the statistics with missing children. We know them almost by heart. We wish we didn't. We wish those statistics didn't exist. So we know that the odds are slim to none. This Summer is alive. But I refuse to lose hope. Okay, hope until I have proof of death. Baby, she skipped over your question. I'm sorry that we should try not to skip over. When asked if we know what the Lord had to say about something, we should try, if we don't know the answer, to find it. not just ignore it. Trevor, I'm sure if you're still here, you see Grace saying hi. Hi, Louisiana girl. Hi, Esther. Hey, there's the person I was talking about. Conversations living room. RJ, I think I said living room conversations when I was talking about you. Y'all, RJ is the one who said the other night on live stream. On June the 15th of 2021, a clock was started that should never have been started. Welcome, RJ. We're very glad to have you here. Oh, guys. I'm not doing very good bouncing off your chat, like I said. Yes, Lil Dev, prayers for Summer and her family. Look, I may not like them, but what does the Bible tell us about? And maybe, look, it's okay if you're not. Anybody that's been watching Lip Lock No More for any length of time at all knows when I started this channel, I told everybody, I'm not a praying woman. Y'all pray all you want, but I don't. Well, things changed over time. How about that? So it's all right if you're not. I get it. But if you are, hi, Matthew. Hi, Pit Mom and Birdie. But if you are a praying person, thank you, Birdie. Hi, Kasha. Hey, I'm that bitch Mama Bear. Thank you guys, all of you, for being here. I can't remember the specific scripture off the top of my head. I hadn't done no preaching in a long time. But what have we gained if we love and pray for only those who love and pray for us? What have we gained? Nothing. Jesus told us to pray for our enemies. Now, I don't consider Don and Candus my enemies. They might consider me their enemy. I don't consider them mine. But if we only pray for the people we love and care about, what does that say about us? So, to my way of thinking, there ain't nothing wrong with asking the good Lord if he would move on their hearts. In whatever way he sees fit, that fits into his will. Whatever that is. Hi, Danielle. I love you too, honey. Oh, you guys, your chat is jumping on it. Honey, we've got 204 in here. I don't think we've ever had this many in our live chat. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to keep up with. Hey, John Davis, True Crime. You pray for Summer, yes. John, has Brandy found out that we're dating? Try to lighten it up here a little bit. Hey, Soup. John Davis, True Crime, was in our Soup. Where'd you go? There she is. Soup is part of Circle Jerk, and she also has her own channel. And yes, I subbed to both of them, and I mod for Circle Jerk. Oh gosh, your chat is really getting away from me. Let me see. Plus, little ones, you're here for all the right reasons. Yes, honey, I am, and thank you for saying that. Let me put you in the Wayback Machine for just a moment. Sherman, set the Wayback Machine. This channel is not monetized. It never will be. If you go to my About page, you will see that this channel is forever dedicated to Summer Moon Utah-Wells, no matter what we're talking about. The channel is dedicated to her. I'm not passing judgment on anybody else on YouTube when it comes to what I'm about to say. These are my personal ethics, lost learnings. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Unified for Some. By the way, guys, and I'm going to get back to what I was going to say, but now listen. We need to be promoting hashtag Summer Across America. Trev started it. We need to keep it up. I know he does, John. And what I was going to lighten up about a while ago, John Davis was in our chat the other day, and, you know, his wife, who's often on the program with him, she hasn't been here of late because she has other things that she's tending to, but so John's been handling it on his own and doing a great job, I might add. He put in our chat that he and I were dating, but don't tell Brandy. So that's why I asked him that question. Okay, now back to this monetization thing. Now look, what other people on YouTube choose to do is not any of my business. And it's not my place to judge them. At least not public. But my personal ethics would be violated if I ever garnered a single halfpenny off of the misfortune of another human being. And if we don't consider Summer's disappearance extreme misfortune, I don't know what we could. So Lip Lock No More's channel will never, ever, ever, ever have super chats, super stickers, memberships, ads. Nada. Now you go over to Furry Feline Monsters and Mass Destruction, our cat rescue channel, and I'll lay beg you half to death. Not here. And like I say, that's me. That's just me. So, all right. Yeah, Jill, you know why, you notice that I can look straight into the camera lens now, sweetheart, and share all of that information, dates, times, birth date, even all kinds of factual information, and not ever once have to look at a Post-it note anymore. You ready to see Summer's basket? Remember these? Every single one of them is still here. She has 1, 2, 3 spiral notebooks, a clipboard, a legal pad. Those aren't hers. Those aren't hers. And a file folder. And I ain't the only person who's got this on Summer Wells. People all around the world have this and more. Yet the baby is still missing. And if any of us think for one heartbeat that law enforcement doesn't have a shitload more than this, then we're kidding ourselves. And the baby is still missing. And Jill, baby, this stays right here under my desk just in case I ever need to. You know, those Post-it notes, honey, I'll pull them out and I'll go through those. And I've got the stuff in there like where they bought the Subaru, when it was registered, how it was registered, how many miles it had on it, how many miles they had to drive it to get it home. I mean, you guys have been down this road with me. We have delved into rabbit holes in Summer's regard that, let me get this back up under here. Hang on. Come out. We've talked about just about every angle under the sun. Hi, gentlemen. And hey, Fizzle. You jumped on me, baby. Yeah. We know their lives inside and out. Law enforcement knows way more than us. Data retrieval, the phones, the tablet, all of that electronic, all the devices. This still knows. Hi, Honorable. Where is she? Where is she? Dang it. Yeah, Kim. Wait, I'm sorry. It keeps jumping. There's so many of you, and thank you all for being here. Hi, I'm Susan, aka Lip Locked No More. Obviously, if you've been here from the beginning, you got a rant right off the bat. Yeah, Ronnie Lawson, Sheriff of Hawkins County, Tennessee, eternally, evidently. While you were all preoccupied trying to cover the tracks, cover up for, manipulate, and move all the pieces on a chessboard behind the scenes while your son Brandon was sexually assaulting minors and you're taking him out of state for his DNA. Oh, excuse me. I guess that just happened to be going on. What happened right in the middle of all that, Ronnie Lawson? A little girl named Summer Moon Utah Wells disappeared, didn't she? You piece of shit scumbag. Sheriff of Nottingham. Fucktard. Why don't you resign and go get a real job, like at Walmart as a greeter? I'm sure your lovely face and head would be so welcoming at the front door of any Walmart supercenter. Take some of the shine off your head. They make cosmetics for that, Ronnie. Because you know, Ronnie, wouldn't take much at all for you to call up WJHL, WATE, Rogersville Review, Kingsport Times, and say, hey, hi, this is Ronnie Lawson. I'm the eternal sheriff of Hawkins County, Tennessee, who sits on my lazy ass and doesn't do much of anything except be an arrogant prick, along with my Detective Pruitt, who will graciously email you a job application for the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department if you should be so bold as to call us and make inquiry as to any advancement in the investigation into her disappearance. Her being Summer Moon Utah Wells. Wouldn't take much for you to call them up and say, hey, guys, let's do a presser. I got nothing new to say. Nothing I can tell the public they don't already know. But maybe if I rearrange the words a little bit, I could come up and publish a statement from me. Maybe if you're lucky, 2 or 3 paragraphs long. About how I haven't learned a fucking thing about Summer Wells' disappearance. Since she disappeared because I'm a lazy motherfucker. Looking forward to my retirement. Ain't you? With your dysfunctional 911 system. Churchill Rescue Squad, the truck don't even run. Hey, Ronnie, do you personally have any idea at all where that $425,000 that was allocated by the commissioners there in Hawkins County? I mean, I know that you're the sheriff. You're not Churchill Rescue Squad, but you're all kind of interconnected there, you know. What happened to that $425,000 and then the additional funds after that that were allocated for your communications? That never got fixed. And that money was allocated a long time before Summer Wells disappeared. And what did Tim Coop, captain of the Churchill Rescue Squad, blame? Oh, the worst of their problems in the search for Summer Wells was what? Communication. If you'd used that $425,000 that was given to you, Tim Coop, by the good people, tax-paying citizens of Hawkins County, Tennessee, to do what it was given to you to do with, well, that wouldn't have been your major problem on the 15th of June of 2021. All right. Sorry, guys. Crimes, I still think my top 2 suspects aren't Don and Candus, but 125. Candus is mine. Candus is my personal primary suspect. Beg your pardon. But that's some really good shit. Candus is my primary suspect. Candace Harrer in there somewhere. Don may be, now this is just me, just my speculation. I'm not expecting anybody to agree with me. Don may be after the fact. But that 125 crimes, baby, what I can't, and I'm a why person, okay? Motive. What would be a motive for 125 crimes? Do you have an opinion on that? And if so, would you share it? Babies, I know I'm missing a kabillion things in this live chat. I'm so out of practice here. Hi, Meep. Meep. Okay, now Meep, are you saying that if 125, now I'm pretty sure I don't have to clarify what crimes have consequences when we say 125, we all know who, okay. Crimes is clarifying right there, okay? Right here. Let me grab it. Where'd you go? Come back. Okay. That's who we're talking about. We say 125, we're referring to the address. Because that way, kind of protect you guys from her coming after you. But maybe you said money, and I'm not sure, honey, if you were hi, Miss Justice 1111, hi, videos. Talking about, that's right. We're talking about Jimmy Buffett. Trev, don't get me tickled. We say 125 because that's the address, and it would. But me, when you said money, honey, were you, if you're still in here, were you? Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Is that in connection with me asking about what would be a motive for 125? Like, take Summer and sell her? Or y'all, I'm an absolute mess because I got caught in the rain on my live earlier today on furry felines. Meep is saying yes. Okay, Meep is saying. Cool, great. Grace, thank you that you're continuing to listen, honey, even though you have to be in the kitchen. Okay. Hi, Miss Peggy. Honey, I don't know what you mean, Miss Peggy. I don't know what you mean, honey. Yeah, I'm sorry. When I become introspective, I tend to lower my voice, and I'll be like, Susan, you need to speak up. They may not be able to hear you. Okay. XOXO, sin XOXO. Property, land, outside buyers would be motive. Like if 125 wanted to acquire 110 and 120. Is that what you mean? Maybe. They want that property. I don't know how 125 would expect to come up with the financing or the funds to do that. I'm being extra bad today. Okay, Be the Bean. Hi, Be the Bean. Thanks for being here. I love that channel, by the way. In my opinion, it's more big A than anyone else on that hill. Just my thoughts. Because we have the thing there with 125 saying, making that definitive remark about big A, if be the bean, if that's, I think that's who you're talking about, providing sedating substances to little girls at 110 so that they could be touched. Crimes, you think they want the land? Do you think they want the land to keep new people from coming in? Or do they want the land to get rid of Don and Candus? Because the land, it was for sale, right? When Don was in Utah, didn't Candus, am I remembering correctly? Babies, help me. Hi, Yorkshire Rose. There's Jimmy Buffett. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker soul. And some people claim that it's YouTube to blame. But I know that it's all y'all's fault. There's Jimmy. Oh. Okay, but now, all right, help me. And I don't want to lose track of time. It's almost 2:00. And Bob, now therapy is only a few blocks from here. But, hi, Annabelle. You think that they wanted the land. But why would they want the land, babies? Hi, Dawn. Where's the salt? It's in a lick, in a great big old yellow block out yonder in the field. It's called Deer Lick, Salt Lick. Attracts the deers. Which I know is not plural for deer. I did it on purpose. Oh dear. Go. Like a deer. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, crimes. Yes, that's what I thought. Jane dancing around with ideas. The land, and it's, oh my goodness. Who wouldn't want to live there? Unless you're a city dweller, and that's what you prefer, which I get. I've been one. But it's so, oh my goodness. It's like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about how beautiful it is in Northeast Tennessee. But what? Okay, now I missed one. Oh, babies, I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard to keep up with you. But now listen. Yeah, Trev, I'm in Central Time, if that's what you mean, Trev. Now listen, let me. 110. How do you get a camper up that hill? A lot of people living in campers. Susan, be nice. I'm trying to be nice. I'm not doing very well at it. Hi, Dot. Is there something valuable about that piece of land? Okay, now what crimes has consequences was, hi, when evil entered. Oh, be the bean, I grabbed the wrong one. Thank you for being here. I love your channel. There was a group together on the 14th to run dogs off of legs. I've heard that too. When evil entered. Okay, but now listen. Just going with this idea here. Okay. This thought. Miss Kitty. Oh, you chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, I love you. Now, stop throwing me off. I like it. Okay, Don's in Utah with the oldest boy. Candus allegedly has put 110 up for sale, and she's packing up to move to Utah. Things change. We don't know what. We can speculate at the yin yang all day and all night, and we have, about why things changed. Let's save that for another day. I mean, you guys can in chat if you want to, but I'm not going to go there. Not right now. I'm sticking with this idea of, would 125 or associated parties want 110, want to acquire 110, the real estate, because the property is valuable, it is a potential historic site, great location for a business of some sort, more room to expand the Bernard Empire, water rights to Beach Creek flowing across the property. Are there mineral rights? Or do they just want rid of not only Don and Candus, but any and all potential neighbors whose driveway would have to be driven past in order to get to 125? You know, fewer eyes, fewer ears, fewer witnesses to any potential alleged illegal, nefarious, or criminal activities, such as the sale of controlled substances. I don't know. I suppose only 125 and associated parties know the answer to that question. Good luck getting an answer. Okay, now I'm going to stop being catty and be nice. Okay, what now? What are you saying? Hang on, guys. Babies, there are so many of you in here. I know I've got to have missed so many of you. Imagine Peace. Hi, Flip Flop. Hi, Jazz King. Honey, don't worry. Where'd you go? It's jumping like crazy. Hi, Ashley. Ashley Smith. There was one. Cautious Gems. What did when evil entered? What did? And Teresa Nelson, honey, what do you mean? You're talking about accident with the boy. That's okay, Southern Mountain Girl. That's okay, honey. That's right. She was a prepper. I forgot that Karen, a.k.a. Kathy. Holy cow. Yes, mate. She was. Donald Wells' mother was a doomsday survivalist kind of person. Jill. Hi, Nicole. Hi, lovely. Hi, Miss Kitty. Oh my goodness, you guys, the cogs in my brain just got oiled to the max. And they are churning. And so many things. Oh, Fizzle, thank you, honey. Okay, I'm going to lay this one on you. What does the Bible say about money? The love of money is the root of all evil. I got pretty miffed at a crazy cow lady. I just got a little snippet over a month ago, I think. I don't watch her. She quoted the Bible as saying that money is the root of all evil. That is not what the Bible says. It says the love of money is the root of all evil, i.e., greed. Crazy cow person, mad cow person. Evidently, you love money because you got that thing scrolling across your damn screen all the time for your Cash App and PayPal cha-ching bullshit, ain't you? Heifer. That's right, Beverly. It is the love of money. So, do y'all think that they think that Don and Candus have been there for how long? Since 2012? Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because some things, hi, Michelle Reed Duncan, some things will escape me. I keep looking down because I'm keeping my eyes on the clock. I don't want my man to be late for his appointment. Hi, Dot. Well, Dot, when Evil Entered, who has an excellent channel, by the way, and does really good coverage on the Summer Wells case, in my opinion. I think is it 14 years crimes? If his mama had buried gold up on that land, don't you think he'd have been out there digging for it? Hi, Mamie Jean. Fizzle, that's a good question. Because now, Fizzle, I don't know anything about copyright when it comes to written material. Well, I mean, I know a little bit. But my publishing business way back in the day, in the 80s and early 90s, well, no, actually early 80s through the late 90s. In music publishing, when the copyright holder, who would have been Karen, Don's mom, when that copyright holder passes away, the rights go to their heirs. If the copyright is not, now here again, music, I'm speaking from my music knowledge strictly, and I've done no research on this. I've never thought about it till Fizzle just brought it up. In music, or at least back then, it may have changed now, been a long time, but back then you had to renew your copyright every 25 years. And if you did not, it did not pass on to, and like if my mom had written a song and passed away, I would inherit the rights to the song. Okay. If 25 years later I'm still alive, I have to renew my copyright or it expires. And my mom's song becomes what's called public domain. No copyright. Has she been dead 25? I don't see. I'd have to do a lot of, but that's a really good. Hi, Susan Smith. That's a really good question. Because, okay, is Don her eldest son, right? Don is Karen, aka Kathy's oldest son. You guys know why I say aka Kathy, don't you? Y'all remember that? Way, way, way back when? When some of these, yes, you have to have a trust, Miss Kitty is saying. Okay. Y'all remember, hang on, honey. Are all taxes audited in Ogden, Utah? I just don't know why express taxes are still. See, we keep coming back to money, and that's what I lost my train of thought a while ago. Because I keep, yeah, y'all know when I start going to your chat, then I'm like, and I tend to not complete a thought before I'm captured by, my interest is captured by another one of your ideas. I don't know, Fizzle, but because I've done research into that. But what do we all keep coming back to? Money. What have I said when I would talk to you guys about Summer's Reward Fund before that all got settled? Remember what I said? I'm going to follow that money until it ends up where it's supposed to be. And that's exactly what I did. And the money's where it was supposed to go if Summer wasn't found. There's money. Follow the money. I tell you, you follow the money, follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. So somewhere in here is our motive, because that's where this discussion between me and y'all and y'all and y'all, and I haven't been very good at it, but was me saying, what would be their motive? If 125 is involved, some type of personal gain, because that's what motivates that person, in my opinion, is personal gain. Either monetarily, acquisition of possessions. I mean, 125 always referred to 125 as her land. And we all know it is not, nor was it at the time, nor had it ever been. 125 doesn't own a cup to piss in or a window to throw it out of. The camper 125 lives in is not hers. Crimes. They don't want outsiders. I think that may be the absolute bottom line. I mean, just here again, just my opinion. I'm leaning more towards that they want Don and Candus and anybody and everybody out of there, more than that there's something valuable on the land. However, we don't want to discount this idea. Oh, and I need to finish the Karen Kathy thing, and then I need to close this thing down. And hi, Squirrel Gang, honey. I didn't see you, but I see somebody saying hi to you. Well, as the king in The King and I, by Rogers and Hammerstein would say, 'tis a puzzlement. But I'm not having any trouble in my mind going with the thought process. But how would that? So do you think that, okay, tying it into summer now, because that's what this really, summer's what we're doing, the important thing. Okay, now, so are you thinking that, speculation only, 125 would have somehow or another that we don't know disappeared summer in the hopes that either A, they would be accused of a crime, arrested, convicted, and therefore out of the way, or Don would lose his job and they couldn't pay the property taxes and it would go up on the auction block, or because somehow or another that wouldn't that by implication, ugh, I'm getting too deep in my own mind. Somehow or another, that would mean that 125 would be hedging a bet that if Summer were abducted, that they would be, or went missing, let me amend that, went missing, that they would either be accused and convicted and gone. Don would lose his job. They couldn't pay the taxes. It would go up on the auction. Don and Candus would be ostracized by the community, feel unwanted and persecuted, and put the property up for sale and go to Utah. And then they could acquire the land. But it has to have something to do with them being held responsible for Summer having gone missing. And 125 somehow acquiring personal gain. And we can't go down this rabbit hole today, but what about Tim Mullen? What's that mofo's game? Huh? What do you reckon that mofo's up to? Reckon he thinks there's gold buried at 110 Ben Hill Road? Do why I say Karen, aka Kathy. What feels like an eternity ago, there were one or two, maybe several irresponsible people, either as creators or as chatters, who were trying to make the public think that there was another woman and her name was Kathy. So I contacted our confidential source that the locals down there want so fucking bad to know who it is. And they are so fucking far off base that if it weren't for us talking about a missing child here, it would be fucking hilarious. Do you know that people, y'all, and I've got to get off here. Let me tell you this. I contacted, let me finish that thought, our confidential source in Kingsport, Tennessee, who told me without batting an eye or a moment's hesitation, didn't even have to look up and off to the left, to tell me that Karen and Kathy are the same woman, and that many people down in them parts called her Kathy. Period. End of sentence. I am somewhat amused by YouTube creators and people who aren't YouTube creators who live down yonder, and they are the national inquirers of the Summer Wells case. They think Frank Light's sister is my confidential source. Have y'all seen the pieces I've done on Frank Light? Do you think for one motherfucking moment a single member of his family would talk to me? I doxed that motherfucker across the board and didn't care if YouTube took my channel down when I did it. When I tell you, and I'm not talking to my chat, so chat, this isn't for you. When I tell you motherfuckers on YouTube anything, but especially when I tell you you're playing checkers on a chessboard with a master and that I'm a strategist, when you doubt me, you do me a really big favor, and you do Summer Wells an even bigger one, because from time to time you shut your fucking pie holes. You have no idea who I am, where I've been, and what I've done. All you know is what I've told you, and every word I've said is true. You do not know who my confidential source is, and nor will you ever. And like the ethical, responsible, retired, real news journalist I am, I'm willing to go to jail in order to protect them. And as I so often say after I make a statement like that, got it? Now, I need to sing y'all out of here, and we got to say goodbye because it's 2:22 in the afternoon. Okay, got one off the top of my head. Because on Lip Lock No More, I'm getting my rhythm in case you wonder what I'm doing. The tradition over here on Lip Lock No More is I sing y'all out of here a cappella, which means without your tweed thong. I'm glad Jesus came, glory to his name. Oh, what a friend is he. He so freely gave his own life to save. I'm from sin set free. I got that old time religion in my heart, away down inside. I got a new kind of feeling in my heart that can't be denied, and nobody knows knows what it means to me. Nobody knows but my Lord and me. I got that old time religion in my heart, away down inside. I would tell you to behave yourselves, but I don't see no reason at all to waste my breath and your time, because we all know you ain't going to do it anyway. So go have you some fun, but be safe while you're doing it. Always look for, learn, teach, observe. Thumb to the finger, thumb to the palm, 4 fingers over. They're telling you, help me, I'm being held against my will. You dial 911, do not interact, do not draw attention to yourself. Try to keep them in your line of sight without attracting attention until law enforcement arrives. Then you step out of the way and let them do their job. It could be a child, a preteen, a teenager, a young woman, a young man, an old woman or an old man, in a mall, in a car, in the window of a house that you are driving or walking past. Learn it, teach it, look for it. Now, don't ever forget for 1 minute, day or night, that there really is one batshit old crazy cat woman out here on these mean streets of YouTube who truly does love you no matter what. And I'm going to see you on the flip-flop, whether you like it or not. Well, that is if you choose to tune in. Never forget Summer Moon Utah Wells. 1-800-TBI-FIND or email tips2tbi@tn.gov. It is scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now. Summer. Forever 5 until found alive. Hashtag Summer Across America. Thank all of you for being here. And I'm going to see you next time. I'm ending the broadcast. And you don't have to go home, but you're not staying here. Get out now. I love you.